How's it going? So super quick video. I'm basically waiting in I'm I'm waiting because we had a composition enemy team had Mordekaiser and Gragas. I don't want to get into queue with them, so I'm gonna make this video real quick, right? So the reason why you are addicted to League of Legends, there is a gambling, like a vicious cycle of death when people gamble. And that is when they lose money, they try to win back. Like they're not trying to win the money, they're trying to win back the money they have already lost. So they end up gambling, right? And then they lose even more money. So now they want to win back the money even more. Does that make sense? So it's like a pool. Like if you talk to a gambler, he's like saying, "No, I'm not playing. I'm just gonna get my money back, and I'm gonna cash out. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do." But the problem with that is that you lose even more money, and now you're even more addicted because now you need to win even more money. You end up gambling even bigger, so you lose even more money, and then that's how you end up spending your life in a casino, just trying to win your money back, basically. So the best way to avoid it is just not to gamble. All right. So League of Legends is exactly the same. Like when you're playing ranked and you play well but you still lose, that creates a vortex, like that creates like a hole inside of you, right? And you're trying to next game, you're trying to win because you feel that the game that you lost because you played well should have been a win, but it ended up being a loss. So you create this like a vortex of frustration inside of you. So you try to play even more. You win the game, but you're like, okay, so I won this game, but I want to win another game so that my previous game that I lost because my team was shit is going to be compensated, right? So you lose another one, and then you're like, holy shit, all right, but I still played well. Goddamn, why do I have to lose? Because I play well and my team sucks, and you're trying to win the games. Just think about I don't know how to explain it correctly. You're basically trying to win games in League of Legends that you played well and you lost. That's why you're not satisfied with the win. Because let's say, okay, so let's say you have two in a row, played well, lost, played well, lost, right? Won. Team played well, you played well. So this game is neutral. You do not get addicted when you have this outcome. You played well, your team played well, you get the win, right? This is why I'm saying that what I'm doing right now produces this emotional result, right? But you see, you have this empty holes inside of you where you played well, but your team freaking sucked, and you want to win these games back. So you play another game, um, right? You get like you don't get like this satisfaction. You're still trying to win this game, and then boom, you lose again like this. Then you play another one. You're still trying to win these games. Does that make sense? I honestly don't know how many games do you need to win in a row to compensate for one of those. Because you see, you're gonna play another one, then you're gonna like lose, and now like this is stacking up. Do you see, like it's just stacking and stacking and stacking until you are sitting there and you are just like permanently playing League of Legends. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if this shit keeps stacking up, my guess is you probably need to win like something like 4 or 5 in a row, right? Like you need 4 of these approximately for one of these. And you see, so this shit keeps stacking up, especially in ranked with engagement optimized matchmaking. They have this formula to perfection to make sure they probably have per player calculated how many of these and these do they need to make sure that you are stuck playing this game forever. And I'm talking about this is not positive energy inside of you, right? So, like, I'm talking, this is addictive, like this buzzing feeling inside of you that is just like a mixture of frustration and like weird kind of like vortex energy inside of you. So, and that's most of League of Legends players. Like, probably the best way to describe it would be the Stockholm syndrome, where you just hate, goddamn, you just hate it, but you have to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have this effect. In gambling, it comes from gambling actually, because in gambling, like I said before, like you win a little bit, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop as soon as I'm going to win my money back, and then you just you lose, and then you end up just gambling even more. So I'm just saying that this is why people are addicted to it, right? So to overcome this, you just need to create control over the game, right? You need to have control over the income, so engagement over the outcome. I mean, so engagement optimized matchmaking cannot like screw you over. So this is why I'm saying like you need to do basically this stuff because I'll link it in the description below. Like I made videos about it, how to have like 100% win rate. Like I'm not addicted. I'm playing League, but I'm not addicted to it. Do you know what I mean? Like I can stop at any point in time because I have this type of energy inside of me. It's not like buzzing, like oh I gotta play League because I just need to win. God damn, I just want more. I need to win, right? Because I don't have this shit stacked inside of me, right? So kind of like this is the checklist. Now, engagement optimized matchmaking honestly is struggling to cope if you're playing normals because um, the enemy team cannot counterpick, right? You are dodging shit compositions and you can dodge really, really quickly. Like you can rotate games very, very quick. Lobbies, I'm talking about lobbies very, very quickly because it's normals. I mean, queue time is like 40 seconds, right? So, and people pick almost immediately. So you can immediately see what they're locking in, right? So it's like super, super, super fast. Lobbies get rotated very, very quickly. So it's like in poker, you can see what type of hands you're getting, so you can discard the shitty lobbies and just play the good ones, right? Also, mid lane I found to be like giga good control, and of course you're a good player. You're playing overpowered champions, so you're gonna impact the game really well. Now you cannot do this in ranked. You cannot do it in ranked because it's like ranked is unplayable in League of Legends, in my opinion, because of engagement optimized matchmaking, counter picking, long queue times, picks and bans, and pick selection is just too long. It's just because you see you have to factor in there is another psychological trick is like they do that in sales, they do that in marketing a lot, where the more you spend your time on something, the more you're attached to it. The more you become kind of like the more you get used to having it, so you kind of get to a certain degree addicted to it, right? So like it's like the more you are committed, like there is an investment, there is a problem, like problem psychological problem where people invest money into a failed project, the project fails, and then they start investing even more money hoping that it's going to work someday, right? And then project starts failing even more and they start investing even more hoping, because you see initial investment is kind of like, because you're already so committed, you just keep committing and committing. It's a psychological trick. The way to overcome this is in finance, it's called sunk costs, right? So you have to basically understand that investment that you already made should not impact your future decision making. It's like imagine you bought a car for $30,000. Like I just imagine, like $30,000, right? Now you were hoping to sell it for like, let's say, 20,000, but the market turned. It's like, let's say, diesel car. Nobody wants to buy a diesel car anymore. So your car is now worth is like $1,000, right? But you are thinking to yourself, holy shit, I bought it for like 30,000 and I'm gonna be selling it for 1,000. Are you kidding me? Like F off, dude. I'm just gonna hold on to it or whatever, right? And what happens is you start like accumulating junk because over time that car, because it's diesel, it's probably going to devalue to you won't even be able to get rid of it. You'll have to pay somebody to get rid of it, right? So you have to remember that like decision like certain things, certain investments that were done are done. That's it. You should not. There's a good saying: don't cry over spilled milk. Right? If you made a bad investment decision, let it go. That's it. Just let it go. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is that you see, it applies to League of Legends because in ranked, you spend like 10 minutes waiting for the game, then there is lobby, then somebody dodges, you spend another 5 minutes waiting for the game. All of this time is like an investment into the game. So when the game actually happens, you end up playing it sometimes even though you know you might lose it. Does that make sense? Because psychologically you already spent 20 minutes just finding the game. That's why this does not work in ranked to a certain degree. Whereas in here, you're not really attached to games because, I mean, you're like rotating lobbies like every minute almost, right? So like you don't have this psychological need to play the game because, goddamn, you sat there for 20 minutes and here is a game. I don't know, good enough lobby. Let's play this, right? So I'm just saying that this is the way to play League of Legends. Like this is the way to do it. Ranked is just not playable. I repeat it again, like ranked games are simply not playable. Okay, if they were blind picks, okay, right, I get it. But at the moment now, it's just you either play one on one or you play normals like this with dodging, proper composition. I'm talking about following this formula, or you just play a different game. Otherwise, you're just gonna become some weird League of Legends addict who is just like playing 3,000 games per season with 55% win rate and be like, oh, hey, I'm a challenger player. Whoopee, you know? And it's not gonna cure. It's not gonna cure this. That's the problem because I had the same issue where I thought, okay, I'm gonna reach whatever platinum, diamond, and that's it. This will be cured. The problem is it never gets cured. It's like salt water. You just drink it, and the more you drink it, the worse it gets. So that's what I'm saying is that you either play one on one, where you get this type of energy. There is no buzz in it, right? It's just you win, you feel good, you can quit, you can do your things, you can play 2 games and be okay with it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in this, it's like if you play a couple of games, you're stuck for the whole day. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and that's because there's too many psychological loops and traps. And Riot knows this. I'm just telling you up front. They are making money on the game and it's free. When something is free, you are the product. So all of those loops are there on purpose. It's not just there because it's there on specific purpose. And that purpose is to get you addicted and to get you buying the skins. All right. So I'm just saying that get out of it because it's like salt water. The more you drink it, the worse it's gonna get. And all you need is 3 days. I'm just telling you, like this buzz. For this buzz to go away, you just need 3 days, 2 to 3 days, and you're gonna be clean. I'm talking about like you're not gonna feel it anymore. Like in the first day, it's gonna be hard. Second day is usually very very easy. I would advise to have something like some kind of series. I don't know if you didn't watch Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad. People say Breaking Bad is very good. So just download or get the Breaking Bad and watch it for like 4 days straight because this will, I call it detoxing your brain from League of Legends. So it will just disappear, right? And then just play normals or one-on-ones, and that's it. Because you have to understand that, like, you just need to prove that you're a good player. And if you can win all the time, if you can win 90% of your games, that's all there is to prove. Even if you do like 70 or 80%, you're still a good player, right? Because to pull this off, you still have to be good, right? If you can win like 90% of your games one on one, you are a good player. You don't need some stupid badge that says, oh, congratulations, you have now played 3,000 games, spent God knows how much money on it and time, and congratulations. And the worst thing about it is, community is going to tell you that you're shit anyway, right? Because if you look at my comments in the videos, people are like, hey, um, you're low elo because you are silver. Because I had some accounts in silver, then I got to mid platinum, and they're like, hey, you are low elo because you're platinum. You get to diamond, and I'm telling you, they're gonna tell you you are low elo because you're diamond. You gotta get to masters, they'll tell you, oh, masters is still too low, right? It's because like it's full of kids, right? And I made a video on mathematically like what's the high elo, and mathematically speaking, it's like silver two is like, statistically speaking, is high elo because you're over 50% of player base, right? Even Riot like themselves consider gold to be like high elo because you start getting rewards from like gold, I think, or something like that, right? So statistically speaking, if you're playing ranked and you're like silver two, that's it, done. You finished the game. Congratulations, you are high elo, right? And any schmuck is going to tell you otherwise. Just tell them to go back to school and do maths, statistical modules, because if you're in the upper half, you are high elo. That's about it. Okay. So that's my rant. Take care. Bye bye.